What's up, great people? It's your man, Strength by Staff, coming in today. I got a special guest, one of my closest friends, my brother from another, my college roommate, my big little brother, whatever you want to call him, Julian Posey. What's up, JP? Ooh,
What's up,
okay.
How y'all doing, man?
I like how you slid up in there like that, huh? I like how you slid up in there like that, looking all cool with the background.
I creep in. I creep in from the corner anytime.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes,
Nice to see. What's up, world, man? I'm Julian Posey, man, aka Pocket Full of Posies, aka Big Shank, man. As y'all heard from Staff, man, I appreciate it. It's my brother, man, literally from another. We've been bonded, college roommates, played professional sports together with the Jets. A little about me, 8-year veteran, 4 years in the NFL, 4 years in the CFL, played with Jets, Dolphins, Browns, Vikings, Hamilton Ticats, Winnipeg Blue Bombers, and CFL. Steph, I really appreciate you bringing me on, man, and sharing some wisdom, man. You've always been that type of person to be able to. You've been wise beyond your years, man. And like you said, I'm the big little brother. I said, nah, you the big brother.
Oh, yeah. I like that. But no, man, I appreciate you taking time out your busy day. Like I said, we both enter a new phase in our life called fatherhood, and we want changing for the world. And taking time out of our day to spend out and talk to each other is very important. Like I said, it's my brother. Blood couldn't make us thicker. So one thing, like I said, both of us played at Ohio University, had great college careers there. We both moved on professionally. Like I said, he played a little bit longer than I did. God willing, he looked out for him. Junior deserved it. Salute to him. So I know his work ethic, and it's tremendous. Like, he's one of the guys that literally will sit in the gym for 3-4 hours, not literally lifting weights and doing up, but figuring out what can he do for his craft to become a better player. And I've definitely been noticing that for the past years, and I love it. I love everything that you've been doing, man. And I can see that's going to transition from your playing career to you being a great father for your kid, all that good stuff. So we're going to go out here. We're going to show these people the way on how we're going to do this. And we're going to go ahead and talk about a nice little topic come to my mind. And everybody always bring this up. Man, boy, if I could do it all over again, I'd do this and I'd do that. And that's one thing I like. Hey. Yeah, they always bring it up, right?
It's like, hey, let me hop in that time machine one time. If I could go back and change it with just a little bit, not necessarily change it, if I could tweak some things, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. And that's all it is. So I just want to go ahead and say, like, so as being a younger self, like, and you knowing what you know now, and you go back and look at yourself reflecting, what were some of the areas that you struggle with being an athlete, just making the transition from high school, and then from high school to college, and then college even to the NFL. And another one good one from the NFL to the CFL, but that's a whole different type of culture background, and you playing in a whole different country. So go ahead and break that down for me.
Wow. I'll be more short than anything. Definitely a great question. Coming from high school to college, a lot of things. Me personally, I struggle with a little bit of my background. I'm originally from California. I moved to Ohio when I was 7. Went to school there and grew up, went to high school in Cincinnati, Ohio. And I went on to play at Ohio University with my brother there, Staff. I went to a private all-boys school. So for me, going to college was more so just, the work wasn't as tedious as the private school. Mm-hmm. I would say that, but it was a transition, right? You getting one of the biggest things was time. Like, what do I do with my time, and what do I do with my schedule? If you're not a guy who came from a real astute background that was really meticulous and things were scheduled out for you, and you had 2 or 3 hours of homework every night, and you weren't used to that. If you weren't a guy who was used to using a daily planner and writing out everything that you needed to get done for the day, all of these things that come in a factor, right? I would say one of the biggest things was time, right? One of the things I know is me and my peers, when we came from high school to college, what do we do with our time? How do we allot our time to help us accomplish what we want to accomplish, and that we're not wasting it, and that we able to put in extra work with our craft, we able to learn if I need some extra study time with that, and to learn, to educate myself on, whatever diploma I'm applying for. But the biggest thing I would say that I struggle with, going on, past that, as you grow, you go have a college career and you continue to adapt and grow in life, you get the opportunity to become a professional. And that's where things really change, right? Like, you go from college to professional sports. And I would say once I figured out, the time thing from going from high school to college, that it made things more applicable in my pro career. Right now, you're asked to be a 22-year-old man, but you're actually asked to move around as though you're 50, and I mean that not in age, but I mean that in mentality. Right, you're now allotted way more funds than anybody in your age group. You're now allotted to responsibilities with those funds. That there are a lot of responsibilities that come with those funds that a lot of people don't necessarily think about, like things you may have never thought about in life prior to that. Like, okay, now I'm able to get mortgages. I'm being taxed in a whole different bracket. Who do I contact for that? Um, things of that nature that can pile up and compress somebody if you let it hold you down. But I would say for me, aside those, going back being an athlete, the biggest thing that I struggle with personally on a deeper level was, not wanting to be cool. Me and I'm very transparent on who I am, Staff, and what I'm about. I always like to look myself in the mirror and be able to be honest with myself and say, hey, Julian, what are the things you need to work on in life? And I would say, man, going from college to pros, like, you want to be cool with everybody, and that's not really the nature of the business. Being cool is not a necessity. Uh, Doing your job and doing it well is the necessity. Being friends, that's an added bonus. Having a great friend that comes with your line of work is an added bonus. Somebody that you can bond with and share your family experiences, maybe invite to your home, share a meal with, and spend your time with. That's just an added bonus in your work field. And when you sign up for a career, that's what you signed up for. And I think a lot of guys, they think the camaraderie in professional sports, they talk about that, on kind of miss that. Well, that's not what professional sports is. It's not a group of young guys who don't get paid. It's a group of guys that have a very high level skill set, and they make it applicable in every situation that they can. And with that being said, that's what you sign up and sign a contract to perform and do. I signed up to say, hey, I'm going to give my best performance at every opportunity, and I aspire to do that. So with that being cool, you got to stay on your mainframe. You got to stay downloaded in your work ethic and who you are. Stay rooted in who you are. I would say that's the biggest way for you. Nobody's cool when they come out the womb. You're something. That's the word that was developed. And a lot of times, being cool and hanging out late nights and being a guy that, hey, I'm in the club, hey, I got the ladies. Hey, I'm with my friends hanging out late nights. Those are the guys who are going to last long. If you want to make a full career, I think those are the things that I had to say, that I had to cease in my life, to say, if I want to make this a career, I got to do the things that everybody on this level and this elite level is not doing. And those are making the sacrifices that people aren't making. You got people like Tom Brady, Peyton Manning, Ed Reed, Darryl Green, this Hall of Famers. Those are the guys that make the sacrifice on that level. Recently Kobe Bryant, a perfect example. It was in his passion, but the whole the whole reason to purchase a helicopter was a sacrifice, and it was a very serious decision on what's important to him as a man. It's important for me to be part of my family and children's life, and LA traffic is a beast, and I spend a lot of time in LA traffic traveling. So to refute that, I'm going to purchase, because I am able and I'm affluent enough to do it, a helicopter, so that way I don't spend much traveling, because the most important to me as a man and my morals is my family. That's just an example of not being cool. Kobe wasn't cool. He was like, hey, bro, I'm going to get this helicopter so I can be with my family. It wasn't let me get a helicopter so I can stun on people and do these things. I use this to travel, and that's all I ever use it for. And that's probably the biggest thing, not getting caught up in trends as an athlete. I would say that a lot of young athletes, especially we're in a very trendy time right now, social media is the highest never ever been at, right? You can access things on the internet that we couldn't access as young kids and young athletes. They just weren't here. They just weren't available, and they didn't exist. So staying out of those trends, like you see a lot of guys doing the footwork. That's fine. It's going to help your motor skills and whatnot, but that's not going to necessarily help your game. It's not going to help you build your technique and contacting people and your steps and whatnot. You know what I'm saying? The game ain't played with cones. That's something I will always say to people. The game ain't never played with cones. Never have you seen a cone on the field during a game. So I always understand that young athletes. I know it's cool and it's fun to do all that pretty stuff, but I mean, you need to work on your game. You need to work on your skill set. You know what I mean? Your actual techniques. If you're a D lineman, you need to be punching the bag. You need to be attacking somebody. You need to be working your moves. You know, you need to be working your tool belt of move. If you're a DB, you need to be working your tool belt of move. You need to have different skill sets. Can you guard sideways? Can you do zone? Can you do man? Can you do two man? Can you use offhand jam? Can you use one offhand? Can you use two offhand? You know what I mean? Can you mirror technique? Can you soft shoe out? Can you bunny hop a little bit? Can you stagger stand? Can you go from parallel to a jump jam? These are all techniques that you need to work, and cones ain't gonna never ever help you do that. Not one of the things that I just mentioned. So staying out of the trends and understanding that success is not for everybody. I would say that's the biggest thing that you and I talk about, Steph. It's amazing that we continue to ascend in life. And this is why I appreciate our friendship, because it's something that's special in life, you know, and that somebody that will hold themselves accountable. That's a quality I look for in all my friends. Like, are you accountable? Are you accountable for your own life? Are you accountable for your own actions and the things that have transpired in your life? And I would say being one of your best friends, Steph, you're a person who lives by that. It's one of your codes, you know what I'm saying? You're very accountable for what you do and what your life is and how it's transpired. And you know that you're the manifestor that creates and changes everything with that. So with that being said, I would continue, you know, and I would challenge all of my young athletes out here in the world. Don't get the syndrome, you know, success syndrome when you reach a level of success and you want to reach back and help pull somebody up, not realizing that they pulling you back down in the barrel. It's not your responsibility. There it is. It's not your responsibility in life to do that. That's something I did struggle with. You know, I wanted to put on everybody. Like, right when I got on, I wanted to put everybody on. I wanted to get him on. Let me help him out. Let me do this. And that's not for everybody. You know, right now, saying 8-9 years later, I don't have no returns on none of them. Right. Just to be truthful, not one. Not one return on any of those investments I ever made in people, attempting to help them out and do those things. So I would say that's one thing, you know, don't get success in your life and then start feeling weary, right? There's a whole theology about that, right? Psychology of books, you know, about this theory. Kendrick Lamar did a whole song about this theory, about when you reach a level of success and you want to reach back, and then because you almost feel question the Lord or God or the higher beings or whatever you believe in life. You question, say, why did it happen to me and not this person? Or why did it happen to me? Like, it's who you are. And that's what it was meant for you in your life. So accepting that, I would say early on I accepted, but once I struggled with accepting, but once I did, I started flourishing at a higher level. Once I started understanding, like, this is for me. Like, this is not for my wife. It's not for my best friends. This is not for my brothers and sisters or my mom or my dad. This is for me. They didn't play any of those games. They didn't make any of those plays. You know, I did that solely by myself and with God. And that's who this is for. And once you understand that, then you can understand that you're a gift. Then you understand that you are gifted. And when you understand that you are gifted, that this was bestowed upon you, then that's when you say, hey, I'm gonna bless people because this is a gift. This is something that was bestowed upon me and I worked hard for. But now I want to share it with you, and you're in a better mind state and you have a better heart for that. You know, you're not just like, hey, I got this. Let me do this for somebody. Like, I got it. You know, you're not that kind of guy. So I would say those things. What about you, man?
Well, I mean, you touched on some great points, my brother. And just coming back, like I said, with me, one of my biggest issues, and I know my younger self, was just mental. If I didn't do something right, I'd get down on myself. I was always my biggest critic. And which it can be a good thing, but also can be a bad thing, because once you mentally deter yourself to the point where you're not stable to perform at a high level, then you're not able to perform at a high level. Point blank, simple as that. So preparation is super big when it comes to this. And I prepared good. I did everything right. But it was just me. I was so used to being a perfectionist, because coming from high school, you always know you're the top tier guys. You're high school. Everybody depend on you. When you go to college, okay.
And let's talk about you. Now, you're a 2-time state champ.
Oh, yeah.
Mr. Basketball? Or
yeah,
basketball, you were MVP in your league?
You know, all that good stuff. I was a hooper by heart.
You won football state champ as well.
Yeah, we lost in football state championship, but I don't even, you know, it is what it is. And then, like I said, had a great career at Ohio University. boom, 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 met my brother here, and we took over the best way we possibly could over there. We had probably some of the best times of our life that if y'all can only imagine what we did in college, boy, y'all look at us a little bit different right now, but that's not the point right now. The key is, if I could change something about myself that I needed to change something when I was younger and some stuff I struggled with, it was my mindset and being mentally strong to overcome adversity. That was one of my biggest things. Like, if stuff never went my way, how could I overcome it? And that was my weak point. I was like, damn, it didn't go my way. I sit back in the shadow and I say, it's eventually gonna bounce away. And I ain't put the initial steps to get stuff turned around to go in my favor. I was sitting back and being complacent and letting, like, oh, the coach is gonna fix it. I'm just gonna keep doing what I'm doing and not taking initiative like I needed to make sure I can redeem or get the opportunity back and take advantage of it. And then once I figured that out, like I said, my freshman, sophomore year, I was just trying to figure things out because I came in hot. You mean you both on the same page. They didn't know they wanted red shirters, they wanted to play. We did what we need to do in camp. We stood out as freshmen. And then once we got the red shirt little tag on us, all right, cool. I feel like I wasn't important no more because I wasn't playing that year, so I had fun and enjoying the college experience. And then once it came in my sophomore, my freshman year, bam, I had opportunity to play, and I wasn't mentally prepared because I didn't take that red shirt season like I needed to and prepare to get ready for the next year. I just took it, all right, cool, I'm in college, I'm about to have fun, I'm going to experience what this Ohio University is all about. And then they say, no, that shit flew by. They said, no, it's time for me to play, and I wasn't ready. And then my sophomore year, same thing, got opportunity to play, and then boom, we got hurt. It was going to be our breakout year, both of us. We were both to the point now where we was getting significant playing time, making an impact on the field. People knew who we were. And then I got hurt against Northwestern. Yeah, got hurt against Northwestern. Bam. And then a week later, my brother in practice freaked up his damn ankle and leg, and then we out the same. If y'all just realize how much the comments were, we came in, college roommates, stayed together the first 2 years. We get hurt the same time, same year. We both leave college at the same time. We go to the same professional football team. It's amazing how the universe had us aligned.
Had kids at the same time.
Had kids at the same time. Our sons are literally the same distance apart as their daddies. They just, the tables are turning. Like, I'm older than him by, 4 months?
Yeah.
And then my son's older than his, his son's older than my son by 4 months. Bananas.
Weird.
Crazy, but it is what it is. It's how connected we are. So, but it's off topic. Let me get back around. But yeah, just being mentally prepared to face adversity and learning how to overcome that. Because we all gonna face adversity as athletes. This is part of the game. It's about how you bounce back from that adversity to become great.
Right.
And become great.
That's life in general, though.
It's life in general. It's just not, like I say, I always tell people, life is a sport. If you play sports,
sure.
if you attack life like a sport, like you said, start with what? Preparation meets opportunity. Biggest statement that you ever learn in your life. Preparation meets opportunity. Right. Say it again. So if you prepare for the opportunities you're about to get, you will never have to worry about anything. But we get caught up.
That's what luck is. When somebody who's prepared and then that sees the opportunity. That's what luck. Like, I was lucky to see that. Like, yeah.
Yeah.
But you had to prepare for that.
One opportunity. Yep. All about positive eye. You gotta, your mindset is the most critical thing that you can have as an athlete. If you can visualize something in a positive manner or see yourself doing something the right way, correct way, you can do it. It's already been done. Like, there's no need to overthink stuff and overanalyze stuff. But that's what we do as athletes. We're coaches that teach us what? Break down this, break down that, break down this. So when we start breaking down stuff, we start overthinking. When we start overthinking, we start playing slow. When you start playing slow, your career don't go the way you want to go. You always want to be fast, on top of your game, and it always start with what?
And reaction. Snowball.
Preparation, reaction. You said it. Key points there. And just to say with that, I'm going to go ahead and just bounce right here. So with that being said, not just look at the negative aspect of you being a younger athlete. What are some of the things that you can say, well, I know I had this when I was 16, 17, 18, 19. I knew I had this trait right here that was going to help me be successful in the long term.
Good question.
What is one of the traits that you carried from your high school self all the way into yourself now that's been helping you reach these pinnacles and these stepping stools that some people haven't reached? And what was that made you stand out? Like, one thing I can say about Julian Posey, he did what?
Honestly, man, when I sit back and reflect on myself and I look at my own qualities, I say my single most greatest trait is I have a very strong will. I will will something in my life without a doubt. I'm the type of person that will spend a thought process on something. As you notice, I meditated every day on going into it, and for at least 5 minutes. Like, it was the weirdest thing, but it was me putting myself in that place. to say, hey, this is where I want to be, and I need to spend time thinking about that. And to me, that's how I end up being successful. And that's where that strong will comes from. It's I would say a strong will comes with having an undeniable faith. So for me, I say my best traits are my undeniable faith and my will. And and they go hand in hand. They complement each other. The reason why I have a strong will is because I have undeniable faith. The reason why I have undeniable faith is because I have a strong will. And you can always really want something to happen, but if you aren't doing the small, minute things in your life, staying consistent, concentrating on what you need to do. If you're not doing these things, because consistency comes when you are consistent in the little things.
Mm-hmm.
When you do the small things every day for yourself, saying your prayers at night, connecting with the Lord, rooting yourself, cleansing yourself, keeping your mental fresh, doing those things. It doesn't matter what it is that you're doing at that point. It's just going to continue to build. So for me, if I had a conversation with younger me, I would say continue with that strong will and continue with that undeniable faith, because that's what's going to carry you on. Never doubt it. There will be times that you doubt it and you'll second guess it. Wash those away. I would tell myself, no second guessing and no doubting. You are who you are.
Mm-hmm.
Already know that you are. Like I said, I struggle with being one to be cool. And that's part of it, right? Like you ascend to a certain level and, you're a young person that's doing things that other people around you aren't doing. And with that, comes a lot of things like, a lot of people look to you all of a sudden. You're put in a leadership position.
Right.
And that's what's so crazy. People expect you to be like I said earlier, prior, you got to be like a 50-year-old man. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like 22-year-olds don't buy houses, but when you're a professional athlete, you buy houses at 22. You buy cars, most cars, maybe. You'll start paying your parents' bills. Your parents act different because now you've amassed more wealth than they've ever amassed in their whole entire lifetime.
Mm-hmm.
And that changed the dynamics of parenting. A lot of people don't talk about that, how different that is, that you go through all of a sudden, at the blink of a hat, snap of fingers, Thanos snap, everything changes. And you start to go, wow, this is what life is. And you have to start owning up. And it takes a minute for you to do that, right? And the only way that you can do that is by having a strong will, knowing that there is a will, there is a way, and what I see within myself will come to be, and having an undeniable faith in that vision. And I would say that. I would say continue those things, but some things I would tell myself not to continue. I would say lose the hard exterior. I would tell myself to lose the hard exterior, even though I believe to this day it's benefiting me. I would say lose that hard exterior. Learn to live a vulnerable life. Learn to feel comfortable being uncomfortable. Learn to feel comfortable to the point you feel as though you are walking down the street and you are unclothed and everybody is staring at you. That's how vulnerable you should want to feel. And that way, you are living in a truth and you're not hiding behind anything. And because only positivity comes from living in truth. And the person who lives in the truth, their life goes the way they would want it to go. That's my theory and my belief.
No, I totally agree. You touched on some great points that these athletes need to hear and just people in general need to hear. And all come back with your mindset. That's the most critical aspect as athletes that we don't utilize the most that we need to. Like we'll go out there and we'll train our bodies for 2-3 hours at a time. We'll go out there and we'll run, get in shape. But what are you doing at home or in your spare time to make your mind stronger? Are you meditating? Are you visualizing? Are you getting prepared to watch film and study your opponent to the T, to the point where you know exactly what's about to happen? And that fall back on you. You got to do the stuff that people can't see that's going to make you great. Everybody can go, like you said, so it's huge. Everybody see you doing footwork drills or lifting 400 pounds or squatting this and that. But are they really seeing you out here at home, guiding in, clearing your mind, meditating, watching film, visualizing yourself on the field of court?
Can you draw all 11 jobs on the field?
Yeah.
Can you draw all 11 jobs? Can you draw your on the plate? Can you draw that?
That's
are you there? If you know this coverage or this defensive call or this offensive call, do you know what the man next to you is doing? Do you understand the concept of that? Why are you a receiver? Why are you running the dig and he's running it straight, right? Why? Because y'all doing a square ain't technique. So we need to run off that corner and that safety, and we need to clear out the middle of the field so that we can get this dig open behind the linebackers. We're going to give them eye candy in the front by running a high-low combination, right? A high-low is when somebody comes from one side low and one comes from the other side high. Do you understand these concepts? Do you understand football? Why are we calling this in this area of the field? Because we had the most space, and it's the most believable. I wouldn't call no deep routes when we on the 20-yard line. That's not believable. You know what I mean? Like, why would I call that? That's not believable. The defense is going to fall for that. So do you understand these things? Like you're saying, like, are you putting in that work and ain't nobody else seeing? Are you studying the game? Are you being patient with yourself to develop the qualities and skills that you need?
Yeah, because we all say we want to be professional athletes, but people don't realize how much work it is to get there, first of all. But the hardest part is not even to get there, honestly, is to stay there. And I done came across a lot of guys with the opportunity to, like I said, I was blessed to reach a pedestal of 1 in a million. Cool, I'm that statistic, I made it. But the real statistic is how many guys went there, made it, and continue to live off that trait or skill set that they have. And there's so many guys we see each and every day that was nice, that was good, they had all the attributes in the world to be a professional distant or whatever, but they didn't make it. So what was that key factor for the reason why they didn't make it? And it always come back to what? Preparation meets opportunity. They thought they prepared for the opportunity, but they didn't prepare the right way for the opportunity. So we're here today to change the way y'all thinking about certain things. And like you said, stop trying to be the cool kid and work on your craft, man. And establish a structure that's going to help you benefit yourself. Like I said, time is valuable. Like, you got to have structure. Structure is going to get you to the point where you're going to know what you're doing each and every day, and you have a purpose behind what you're doing. And if you know this at a young age, if you come in and you're a high school kid listening to this right now, and you taking advice from us, I guarantee you're going to be so advanced moving on in the recruiting process to college that you're going to reach opportunities most people ain't never reached. You're going to get opportunities for scholarships from schools that you never thought you were going to get just because they like you as a person. You may not be the most talented kid, but they say, we can coach this kid. He's very manageable. We can make this guy great. And they like that more than the guy, he a 5-star recruit. He been doing this thing, but is he coachable? He already think he's nice. And they get
some coaches. That's a key point, bro. That's really one of the biggest things when it comes to recording what you're saying right now.
Mm-hmm.
What type of person are you? What type of kid are you? What kind of home are you from? What are you built on? What are your morals? What do you stand on as a young person? What do you stand on? And what are you willing to stand on? Are you a person that's falling for anything? You know, are you standing for everything? I mean, you'll fall for everything. You know, if you're standing for everything, you know, what is it that you are built on? How well do you know you to say, nah, I'm not built on this. I'm built on these things. And I'm built on these things for these reasons because I'm this type of man or I'm this type of woman, you know?
And that's huge. That's so huge because, like I said, everybody get caught up with not knowing who their true self is. Even me, like, one of the biggest issues where, like, I knew who I was, but was I ashamed to be who I really wanted to be in the public eye? Because everybody saw me as, okay, I'm Stafford, I'm 6'3", I was 240 something, playing like I'm a big football player. So I had to live by the persona. I'm a big football player. I do this and this. Knowing truly that wasn't all of who I am. I'm more than just a football player. So don't be afraid to be who you really are because it's going to help you benefit yourself in the long run. Like we said, most guys who make it in the NFL, that personally we know are guys who came in, they settled down, they found their wives, they moved forward. They knew this is it. Like you said, this is it. This is what I'm going to be doing. I'm going to take advantage of it. Then we got the other guys out here, I'm about to be a pop star, rock star. I'm about to live this life. Yeah, cool, we get it. You do what you got to do. But guess what? You just all of a sudden just disappear. Lose relevance.
How many guys can we say that happened to?
Man, we can you can name so many. Only person I know who lived that lifestyle and was able to maintain that. One of the players I look up to my whole life was Primetime, Deion Sanders. He was the guy that came out there and did what he needed to do, but he was a dog. And people don't see what he did off the field. Like, they saw all the stuff he did with the controversy, like, oh, he making albums, he all these jerseys up, but he worked his butt off when people weren't seeing it, and people don't ever see that side of it. And they might have a 30 for 30 with the Jordan team. They have a 10-series part. So they let me know they have a 10-series part, how hard that man, him, Phil Jackson, Scotty, all the boys worked to get those championships. They just want to give them to him. People think, oh, he just nice. He was no, like, he worked his butt off. He got cut in high school. He wasn't no big time recruit. He made it to Carolina.
He was a bear in practice. He was a beast. He was on all his teammates' heads. He understood, like, bro, we working every day. Every day we working. And if you ain't with that, if you over here thinking about your wife and kids at home or whatever your problems is,
this ain't the place for it.
Grandma, this ain't the place for it because it's not what you signed up for. You signed up in here to become the best basketball player, and this ain't the life you want. Then we can get somebody else that want to be the best basketball player because not everybody gets the opportunity your life to only say, I want to be the best ball player that I can be. A lot of people got to go work 9 to 5s and other jobs and things like that. This is a blessing. It's a true blessing.
Like you said,
you turn the game, you figured out how to turn the game into a life. You know what I mean? People can't figure this out. Some people can't figure out how to get their regular life in order. You figure out how to take a game and be able to live off of it.
Something that you love.
Amazing. You're a genius. I would say anybody's professional athlete, to me, you're a genius. How did you figure that out? How did you figure out how to make a life out of playing something that you did as a child?
Can't knock that hustle, man. So, like I said, I know we just touched on a lot of points on this conversation, and we can keep going forever and ever just because we're just so bonded with each other and so close. But like I said, we're going to keep it short, keep it cool. You touched on some great points, man. And my man Julian been doing this for a while. Julian Posey, like, you are truly an inspiration to a lot more people than you realize. There's more people that watch you than you realize. And for you to keep persevering and keep fighting through that adversity that you had growing up with losing your dad at a young age to growing up in not the best neighborhoods and still able to come out on top and provide for your family and do the stuff that you're doing now, that shows the type of work ethic and what type of person, what type of will, what type of faith that you have. And so you're a living testimony of your will and your
do it without God, bro. And I couldn't do it without my brothers, bro. Without my brothers, bro, Staff, bro. You know that, bro. I lean on amazing people. That would be my last piece of advice, bro. That's why I say, don't be cool and understand, like, success ain't for everybody, because that's one of the biggest lessons I learned. Like, you grow up. Like, I didn't meet some of my best friends in life until I got to college.
Right.
You know, I had lived 18 years of my life, 17 years of my life before I even met some of my best friends.
And I don't talk to half my high school friends no more. That's crazy. So that's a crazy right there. Like, make your circle small. That's a real big thing. You want to surround yourself by great energy. All right, because what you surround yourself by is what's going to protect you in this realm that we call Earth, or where we live in right now. Because we got stuff like you point right now, COVID-19 is coming out here to get us. And if you're not mentally prepared or not spiritually strong, then you can let that affect you. But if you know you got good faith, goodwill, you take care of yourself, you do everything the right way, you have nothing to worry about, because at the end of the day, you're blessed, you're gifted, God's going to have your back. So just make sure you surround yourself by positive mind people that's got their best interest for you, because you'd be surprised how many people want to see you do good per se, but deep down in their mind, they want to see you fall and see you fail. So like I said, surround yourself by tight group knit of people and people that you really call your brother, man. I can literally call Junior, like, if worst case scenario, I came down, I had no money, I know I call, he'll build me up. I need to do something, vice versa. That's what we do, brothers for. So make sure you get your brother, that's your friend, that you can call this, you can carry on for life. Because today, these are people that you're gonna fall back and lean on before you expect to call on anybody else. That
get you some brothers that can stand on their own. Don't get you no brother that lean on you to stand.
That's real.
You know what I mean? Man, get you a brother that stand on his own and has a history of standing on his own. You know, that's a really, really big lesson, I feel like, in life. Like, it's one thing I see, like Josh Gordon, you know what I mean? Like, yeah, he got people that's around him, but those are people that's always been around him his whole life. And it's affected his career. You know what I mean? I don't know every detail, but I do know that. Like, you've had people around you that from your past that affect your career, and people, the employers of your job don't like those people around you. They believe that you put out better work when you're not around those people. And I don't know the truth of that. It's just an example. But, you know,
all about perception.
You got people with pillars, man. Everybody in your group need to be a pillar. It need to look like stoneheads when y'all stand in a circle. You know what I mean? It don't need to be a whole bunch of people leaning on each other and falling like, oh, it's only one big dog around here. Like, nah, y'all ain't gonna get nothing done, man. Y'all can't get nothing done if you only got one big dog. I mean, even the best record label in the world took 3 people to build it, man. It took Kareem Biggs, Jay-Z, and Dame Dash. You know, I've never seen any empire start with just one person. I've never even seen it.
I totally agree that, man. Like they always say, take a village, man, and not even just like surpass like the thing of a village of a large amount of people. It's gonna take more than just yourself to get through this thing that we call.
Key point. It don't have to be no big village.
Like you just said. So dope. Well, like I said, man, go ahead and give them a quick shout out, how they can follow you on social media, what you got, what's your future endeavors, what you got moving forward. Let them know what they got to expect from Mr. Posey in the future, man.
Well, once we get out of this quarantine, you know, y'all can always find me on social media on
Free
Instagram.
us, man. Free us.
Y'all can always find me on Instagram, man. Y'all can find me on Twitter, man. Same name, Pocket Full of Posey. That's at POKITFULOFPOSEY, just like the name in the back.
And I'll spell all this stuff out, so don't even worry about it. It's all gonna be out there, so we good.
So thank you. Yeah. So some stuff we got. I do have a foundation. I've had a foundation for a while now. That's also called Pocket Full of Posies, or PFOP for short. We do camps and we do nutritional education for people in urban environments. We got some really, really big projects coming out. We got some, as you can see, if you follow me on social media, I'm always in the kitchen. I'm always cooking healthy. That's really what I want to bring more to the world. Oh yeah, definitely go down there.
Let me see. Hey, but we learn how to cook together. Y'all don't even know that struggle. We learn how to cook together.
I'm talking about that chicken I did bad that one time. Boy, don't do that.
I cooked some ground beef. Boy, I ain't gonna say nothing, boy. I added, boy, let me stop.
We ain't gonna, just know we learning. You know, we ain't always been good at what we're doing. But back to what I'm saying, you can check us out at pfop.org or on our social media, Pocket Full of Posies, with 2 L's. On social media, Instagram, Twitter. But we have some stuff coming out. We have some workshops where we're going to be teaching people in some urban environments to how to cook and shop and eat healthy on a budget. And we also got some, I can't really say, my brother don't want me to say because he's the other co-president, but we got some building, man. Neighborhood garden stuff that we're going to be putting out here. Something huge, something big. And once it get going, man, it's going to change a lot of people's lives. Now. I'm excited about that.
All I'm going to say is, people, plant your seed. All you got to do is have faith of a mustard seed to watch something grow. So just plant your seed. Hint, hint. We need to learn how to plant our own seeds in life, in every situation, and even survival. That's all I'm going to say. Just learn how to plant your own seed.
Man, send them the subliminals. Send them the subliminals. You know what I mean?
They got all of them, huh? You talking about, but we're going to be good, though, man. So, bro, much blessings to you, man. I appreciate everything you do. Like I said, I'm gonna have all his stuff on social media underneath the link and all that stuff. You better click on and follow my man, bruh. Thank you once again, man.
No, thank you for letting me be a part of it, man, and sharing, some of the things I think about in my lonely time when I'm on the back porch. So I appreciate you big time, man, bringing me in, reeling me into the world. You know me, I'm social, but I'm also be in my own world a lot of times. So.
Ain't nothing wrong with that, man. Protect your bubble, dog. So. Cool. So Strength by Staff is checking out. Remember, y'all go follow my man, Pocket Full of Posey. Hey, this guy right here is somebody special to me, so I guarantee he'll be somebody special to y'all. Okay. Ooh, yeah, boy.